Hi guys, pretty nice day, so I'm going to make my video here in the cafe, just got to work. I'm iCaveDave and I simplify Apple so that everything just works for you, and if you want the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours every weekday at 1300 UTC, like the video, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. And here we go, today it's iCave Answers. So first up, Team Kinetix asks, iCaveDave, there's plenty of speculation online about the Apple laptop coming in March. Might Apple retire the 13-inch MacBook Pro and replace it with an M1 14-inch MacBook Pro, no mini LED, but keep the I/O? Now, this is what a lot of people are saying. There's also a lot of people saying that it's going to be the 13-inch with the touch bar, and that's staying around. I don't think it's either. I think they're going to drop the touch bar. It doesn't make sense to have it just for that one line and then drop it across everything else. It just doesn't fit for me. However, I think they're going to use the 13-inch body, no touch bar, the old style body that they had before. That just makes sense. Put in the Magic Keyboard, jobs are good. Now, if they were to do the 14-inch version, that's the weird thing, because they would need to then create or source an LCD panel that fits in the same position that the 14-inch mini LED goes into at the moment. That's like a whole bunch of extra sourcing and more work that if they're trying to make a kind of midpoint, then it doesn't make sense. I do think that the biggest issue is the production in terms of the mini LEDs, which is why I think you're suggesting that they would go to LCD as well. But honestly, if they wanted to just have a base level MacBook, that makes a lot more sense. There's nothing pro about using the M series chips as opposed to the Pro series chips, and I think that's what they want to do as a definition, is if it's a Pro, it gets a Pro or a Max chip. If it's a regular MacBook, MacBook Air, Mac Mini, then it gets the M series chips with no Pros. That makes the most sense to me anyway. Also from Team Kinetix, iCave answers, do you think that Apple could ever release their own gaming peripherals like Apple's version of joycons for the iPad or wireless modular controller? Lots of Apple arcade games have controller support, and there's likely to be at least some gaming focus coming with the AR/VR headset. What might an Apple gaming controller look like? Now, I agree that would be really cool. Apple could do something using the smart connectors in the iPads. That would make a lot of sense as well. But to be honest, I think to give it the most appeal, the most kind of wide appeal, the best opportunity they've got is to go for a full standalone controller, if that's what they're going to do at all. Go with the kind of glass and aluminium look, or maybe there's a budget option where they use the kind of white plastics that they used in the AirPods. That would also work for them. But I think it's going to have some kind of difference, because at the moment, Xbox and PlayStation make really great controllers. Both are compatible with iPhones, with Apple TV, with the Mac, with everything else. So they need to have a USP in order for it to make sense that they actually need to do this. Maybe Beats could brand something like this. That would be a decent idea, I think, because Beats, you could make good controllers that would work across iOS, have maybe the auto pairing features that you get with AirPods, but also work with Android devices and consoles, PCs, the works. I think that might be probably the route they would go down. Beats might be a really good brand for Apple to use for their gaming stuff. Jay Sanchez asks, iCave answers, do you think they will make a ringtone for each device? And I've got to say that ringtones really not a thing that anyone cares about anymore. When iPhones first came out, there were actually like ringtones in the iOS, in the iTunes store that you could buy, and it was a big thing. Like, think back to the old Crazy Frog. That was like a ringtone that literally got TV advertising. It's bonkers to think about now. Really now, the reason that we have ringtones is so that you know someone on a TV show is using an Apple device as opposed to an Android. That's the most important thing, because everyone knows what the ringtone sounds like for the iPhone. Although even on TV, a lot of people are going to the vibration sounds now, even though they sound like the old vibrating phones and not anything like the new Taptic engine ones. I digress. But I don't think many people are using ringtones at all anymore. Is it something that's important to people? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you think ringtones is something that Apple needs to focus on again. I genuinely don't think so. And SGEGGbub asks, iCave answers, is there currently any good port solution for returning the USB ports and SD card slot functionality to the 24-inch iMac? I'm currently stuck between a nice looking but inconvenient front-facing fixed hub or a messy dangly dongle. And honestly, there's a couple of solutions here. If you're using an iMac, I would say for ports, I would cable tie it to the back of the stand so that it's completely out of sight. There's no kind of cable mess going on. Depends what you need to attach as well, of course. If it's just that you need to get your USB-A ports back, then all you need to do is replace your cables. They cost $2 each. You get the one that has the right connection for your peripheral on one end, USB-C on the other end. It's much better, makes a lot more sense, and it's not an issue, shouldn't be a problem at all for anyone. If you do need the extra ports, if you need SD card readers, that kind of thing, that honestly makes sense to me. Yeah, attach the dock to the back or have it underneath your desk in one of those kind of cable tidy things that you can attach to the bottom of your desk. Then you just have the 1 or 2 cables running around to underneath there. The rest of your mess can be under there, and that's a much better solution. So thanks for watching the show, guys. I know it's a little bit different, a little bit crazy with the lighting and stuff. Hopefully that's not too distracting, but thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.